Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. At WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Seth Rollins shockingly turned heel, joining forces with Paul Heyman, and got the last laugh after he pinned Roman Reigns. This came in the aftermath of the shocking backstabbing by Reigns' Wiseman. On the Raw after Mania, Braun Breaker revealed himself as the third member of their alliance. Together, the yet unnamed stable has been dominating the red brand. Superstars like CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn have been victims of the alliance. The former World Heavyweight Champion Rollins offered his good friend Sami Zayn an opportunity to join his cause. However, the ex-Bloodline member denied the visionary, who then signaled Breaker to destroy the honorary use. Rollins and Breaker could attack Sami Zayn on the Raw and punish the former Intercontinental Champion for rejecting their offer. Tonight on Raw, they could recreate the scenario and inflict another brutal beatdown on Zayn. JUSO captured the World Heavyweight Championship, beating Gunther at WrestleMania last month. Last week, USO locked horns with Seth Rollins, defending his title. However, since the bout concluded in all-round chaos, the Yeet Master retained his title in the process. Logan Paul seems to be next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship against JUSO, with their match booked to take place at Saturday night's main event on May 25th. Paul Heyman, using his diplomacy, could find a way to add Seth Rollins to the match and turn it into a triple threat contest for the gold. Last week, CM Punk showed up on the red brand for the first time since Rollins and his crew took him out on the flagship show after Mania. Punk saved USO and Zayn from being attacked by Rollins and Breaker. Additionally, the best in the world has been officially announced for tonight's edition of WWE Raw. Nyan is a WWE news and features writer at Sportskeeda Wrestling. After completing his bachelor's degree in mass communication from Potter International, he began working as a YouTube script writer. Nyan then transitioned to Pink Villa as a combat sports writer. He gained valuable experience there before finally coming under the banner of Sportskeeda. Within 1.5 years, Nyan has written over 1,000 articles, interviewed MFN promotion owners, and conducted a Twitter campaign that gained over 50,000 retweets and more. He puts fact-checking and mindful journalism above everything by applying a 3-check method, where he tries to verify reports from reliable sources and cross-check whether other major publications have covered them. Looking back at his association with pro wrestling, Nyan recalls being hooked on the sport after watching Shawn Michaels vs. The Undertaker at WrestleMania 24. Since then, the product has been an inseparable part of his life. Apart from the Heartbreak Kid being Nyan's favorite wrestler for his confidence and charisma, he is also a fan of Brock Lesnar due to the Beast's work speaks louder than words attitude. Seth freaking Rollins is no stranger to reinvention. From the architect to the Monday Night Messiah to the flamboyant, fashion-forward visionary, his career has been defined by evolution. Now, with the Raw landscape shifting post-Backlash and new faces gunning for the top spot, Rollins stands at a crossroads. Is he still the face of Raw? Is there another championship run in his future? Or could an entirely new path be forming beneath his feet? Here are 3 creative and exciting directions Seth Rollins can take on Raw right now to shake things up, reignite rivalries, and keep the WWE Universe guessing. Seth Rollins has always thrived in groups. From the Shield to the Authority to leading AOP and Murphy during his Messiah phase, Rollins knows how to command loyalty and manipulate chaos into power. Now, with RAW's roster in flux and younger stars hungry for the spotlight, this is the perfect time for Rollins to form a new faction, but with a twist. Not disciples or enforcers this time, but a team of revolutionary minds, technical experts, strategic thinkers, and in-ring innovators. Enter the Revolutionaries. Potential members: Chad Gable, a master tactician tired of being overlooked. Ilja Dragunov, the passionate warrior who aligns with Seth's emotional energy. Cora Jade, if called up, the young, edgy, and eager to disrupt the women's division with guidance from someone like Rollins. This group wouldn't just be about dominance, it would be about philosophy. Rollins could cut masterful promos about changing the business, comparing his faction to architects of history. They challenged the status quo against Judgment Day, the Bloodline if they cross shows, or even WWE management. The aesthetic. Think Street Rebellion meets Couture. Rollins' fashion-forward persona becomes the leader of a movement, a stylish army of ring generals and renegades. Long-term story potential. Survivor Series team warfare, faction supremacy angles, and individual members growing into main event stars. Seth Rollins is one of those rare WWE stars who can flip between face and heel seamlessly. But what if this time he didn't flip at all, just evolved into something darker without the formal turn? Imagine this. Rollins continues acting like a face in public, smiling, dancing to his theme, hyping the crowd, but his actions start to speak louder than his entrance attire. He starts taking shortcuts, subtle low blows, using the ropes for leverage, interfering in matches, but always with plausible deniability. He could even cut gaslighting promos. I didn't cheat. I adapted. That's what champions do. You boo me for winning the way you wish you could. This slow burn turn, where he never outright admits to turning heel, would play perfectly into his complex character. Fans wouldn't know whether to cheer or boo. Commentators would argue about his true motivations. This creates a gray area in WWE, where the crowd is as divided as ever, just like when Rollins turned on the Shield. Only now, it's psychological. Who he feuds with. Sami Zayn, pure-hearted babyface. Johnny Gargano, underrated underdog. Or a returning Drew McIntyre seeking redemption. Why it works. It keeps Rollins unpredictable, adds layers to his character, and keeps fans engaged in long-term storytelling. It's not a turn as much as it is a moral unraveling. It's time to talk about the World Heavyweight Championship, or even bolder, the potential unification of WWE's world titles. Rollins, having previously held the World Heavyweight title and lost it in controversial fashion, is perfectly positioned for a revenge arc. Cody Rhodes might be champion now, but a match between the two feels inevitable, and it's built on genuine tension, legacy, and respect-turned-rivalry. Rollins could begin a campaign, not of whining, but of outperforming everyone, week after week. A gauntlet match here, an open challenge there. Slowly, he builds momentum, making his case not just with words, but with 5-star matches. And when the time is right, he confronts Cody, not with hostility, but with truth. You finished your story. Now it's time for mine. It's a battle of philosophies. Cody, the storybook hero. Seth, the chaotic genius with a chip on his shoulder. But here's the twist. Rollins doesn't want just Cody's title. He wants both. He starts showing up on SmackDown, interrupting Roman's bloodline segments, pushing the idea that the world deserves one true champion. This could culminate at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, Rollins versus Cody, or Rollins versus Roman, depending on who has the unified belt in a match to determine the undisputed champion. A modern-day Triple H versus Jericho-style unification bout. What it accomplishes: elevates the stakes on both shows, gives Seth a marquee story, offers WWE a clear direction for unifying or re-establishing brand separation with clarity. Seth Rollins is one of WWE's most versatile and compelling performers. Whether he's making fashion statements or tearing down the house with match-of-the-night performances, he commands attention. But now more than ever, Raw needs his leadership, his unpredictability, and his storytelling. Whether he forms a faction, turns heel in secret, or sets his sights on unifying the championships, one thing's for sure: Seth Rollins isn't done. He's just getting started on his next reinvention. And as always, burn IT down. Would you like me to expand one of these ideas into a full feud or storyline roadmap?